Coco Gauff is through to the Cincinnati quarterfinals, and she did it in style. The American star delivered a commanding 6-3, 6-2 victory over Marie Bouzková, closing out the match in just 1 hour and 33 minutes. But now the challenge gets much tougher. Waiting in the quarterfinals is Marta Kostyuk, who just produced a huge comeback of her own against Mira Andreeva, winning 4-6, 6-0, 6-2. So, is Coco Gauff finally finding her Cincinnati rhythm? And could Kostyuk be the toughest test yet? Tennis Coco Gauff makes a statement. Coco Gauff entered this Cincinnati campaign with plenty of attention on her. As the number 4 seed, expectations were already high. But against Marie Bouzková, Gauff showed exactly why she remains one of the most dangerous players in the tournament. The final score tells the story. Gauff 6, Bouzková 3. Gauff 6, Bouzková 2. Straight sets. No deciding set. And no extended drama at the finish. But the performance was more competitive than the scoreline might suggest. According to the WTA's match breakdown, Gauff had to navigate several long, pressure-filled games before finally pulling away. That makes this victory particularly interesting. Gauff wasn't simply overpowering Bouzková from the opening point. She was forced to stay patient, protect her service games, and find opportunities when they appeared. And when those opportunities came, she took them. Collision the numbers behind the win. One of the biggest positives for Gauff was her performance under pressure. She saved all 8 break points she faced during the match. She also won 30 winners, compared with 9 for Bouzková, while taking 77 total points to Bouzkova's 59. Those numbers tell us something important. Coco wasn't just surviving. She was creating offense. Her ability to turn defensive situations into attacking opportunities was one of the defining features of the performance. And perhaps most importantly, she kept finding ways to win the important points. That's exactly the type of tennis Gauff will need as the tournament gets deeper. Because from this point forward, every opponent becomes more dangerous. Why this win matters for Coco. Cincinnati has special meaning for Gauff. She won the tournament in 2023, capturing one of the biggest titles of her young career. Now she's back in the quarterfinals again. And that experience could matter. Gauff knows what it feels like to go deep in Cincinnati. She knows how quickly the tournament can change once you reach the final stages. But this year is different. The pressure is different. And the competition is incredibly strong. The quarterfinal lineup is filled with elite players, meaning Gauff cannot afford to have an off day. One poor set could completely change the tournament. Fire Marta Kostyuk is waiting. And now comes the big test. Marta Kostyuk. The Ukrainian star reached the Cincinnati quarterfinals for the first time after an impressive comeback against Mira Andreeva. Kostyuk lost the opening set 4-6. Then something changed. She completely flipped the match. Kostyuk won the second set 6-0 before finishing the comeback with a 6-2 third set. That's not just a victory. That's a statement. She showed resilience, aggression, and the ability to change momentum when the match appeared to be slipping away. And now she gets Coco Gauff. Crosswords Coco versus Kostyuk. What to expect? This matchup has the ingredients for a fantastic quarterfinal. Gauff brings tremendous athleticism, defensive ability, and powerful ground strokes. Kostyuk brings aggression, movement, and the confidence of a player who just came through a major 3-set battle. The biggest question may be who controls the tempo. If Coco gets comfortable and starts dictating with her forehand and serve, she can force Kostyuk into uncomfortable defensive positions. But if Kostyuk gets the first strike and starts moving Gauff around the court, Coco could find herself under serious pressure. And there is another factor. Confidence. Gauff just won in straight sets. Kostyuk just came back from a set down against a top 5 opponent. Both players have reasons to believe they can win. Brain the mental battle. Quarterfinal matches at WTA 1000 events aren't only about power. They're about decision-making. They're about staying calm when the score gets tight. And they're about responding when momentum suddenly disappears. Gauff's victory over Bouzkova showed that she can remain composed through difficult games. Kostyuk's comeback showed that she can completely reset after losing a set. That makes their upcoming battle especially intriguing. If the match goes deep into a third set, mental toughness could become just as important as shot-making. Fire Coco's biggest advantage. Coco's biggest advantage may be her ability to defend and then immediately turn defense into offense. She's one of those players who can make an opponent feel like they have to hit one more shot. And then another. And another. Eventually, that pressure can create an opening. Against Kostyuk, that could be extremely important, because Kostyuk likes to play aggressively. If Gauff can absorb that aggression without giving away cheap points, she could force Kostyuk to take bigger risks. And that's where the match could turn. But Kostyuk has a big weapon. Kostyuk isn't going to simply wait for Gauff to make mistakes. Her Cincinnati run has already demonstrated that she can handle adversity. Coming back against Andreeva after losing the first set is proof of that. And after beating a number 5 seed, Kostyuk will enter the quarterfinal with plenty of confidence. That could make the first few games extremely important. If Coco starts quickly, she can put pressure on Kostyuk immediately. But if Kostyuk settles into the match and starts landing her aggressive shots consistently, this could become a very different contest. Coco Gauff is into the Cincinnati quarterfinals, but the real test starts now. Bouzkova is gone. Marta Kostyuk is next. And with both players arriving in Cincinnati with serious momentum, this quarterfinal could be one of the most exciting matches of the tournament. Can Coco Gauff continue her march toward another Cincinnati title? Or will Marta Kostyuk pull off another major upset? Let me know your prediction in the comments. And if you want more Coco Gauff, Cincinnati Open, and WTA news, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. Coco versus Kostyuk is coming. And this one could be a battle